And hello, DC fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of DC's Peacemaker, Season 2, Episode 7. So, spoilers if you're not caught up to this episode yet, or you haven't started the show yet, period. This show is very good, and I'm liking Season 2 a lot. I'm not really crazy about the whole entrance music. The dance is great. I love the dance, but the music itself is not really catchy to me. But either way, let's talk about this episode. Excuse me. So yeah, it's been revealed that the Earth that Chris has been going to see his brother and his father is Earth X. Now, in the comics, Earth X is a world run by the Nazis. Now, just remember, I'm letting you guys know, in context, they have not really clarified if this is actually Earth X. They haven't really said it. They just say it's another Earth, but this Earth is run by the Nazis. In that world, they won World War II. And in the comics, World War II was won by the Nazis, and that was really Earth X that they revealed it in the multiverse stuff. So, but they haven't confirmed it here yet, so it probably is Earth X. They just haven't told us that it is, but we can just say it's Earth X for now. So in that world, the Nazis won. They rule the white people in power, all that stuff. African Americans are locked up somewhere. Obviously, the Jewish population is probably either wiped out or locked up in concentration camps. We all know how that turned out in Marvel. So yeah, they don't trust any people of color, ethnic backgrounds that are not pure white or have the Christian faith and all that stuff. So they're Nazis, they're racists, obviously. So there's that. So in the opening episode of this episode, we see Alabayu. She's running because she's a black woman. And she's running as fast as she can. And she's a heavier woman, but she's running as fast as she can. And then she goes into a pool. She starts swimming, trying to get away. Everybody's jumping in there to try to grab her. And Judo Master shows up and literally fries the pool, and killing everybody. Not her, but just killing everybody and saving her life. And then the two of them bounce. While that's happening, you have Peacemaker and Harcourt back in August, and the other Harcourt is like, she's not me, that's not me, arrest her. And then Peacemaker is like, we got to break up, and he dips, takes Harcourt, and they try to escape with his backpack, and he literally crashes into a glass window, and then they smack a car, and you see Harcourt all bloody, and Jennifer Holland, I think her last name is, probably butchered it, or Mrs. James Gunn, as I call her, Mrs. DC as I call her. She's got cut. She's like, what the hell? And Peacemaker's like, yeah, sorry, I haven't controlled it yet. I haven't set it to the part where I can carry two people. So they bounce. They take the chopper. They leave. The motorcycle. They leave, and the police chase them. They're getting chased down. While that's happening, you have Blue Dragon still questioning Economist and asking him questions about where the hell you come from, who are you, blah 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 blah, and he tells him straight up, like, yeah, we come from another Earth. Our Chris is our Chris. He's not your son. He killed your son, and so we figure, okay, Blue Dragon's gonna lose his mind. His son just got killed by this guy. Well, let's hold the brakes. He tells his other son, to come back to the house. We gotta go find Chris and bring him back and ask some questions. And then he tells him that, yeah, your brother's not your brother. Apparently your brother's dead, and yeah, we got to figure out. And he goes, yeah, Harcourt's been acting weird too. So now they know about the whole other world, and then they bring back Chris and Harcourt, and they try to figure out what the heck happened. I want to know what happened. So Blue Dragon is like as calm as he can be. Now I looked at it, I'm like thinking, okay, it's a trick. He's probably upset, but he's gonna be calm right now to make it look like he's either gonna handle it well or then snap later on. So he finds out the truth, like, yeah, listen, Chris is like, I came in by accident. I was drunk. Your son attacked me. We scuffled. He died. Blue Dragon took it as normal as a normal guy would take it. I mean, if it was my kid, I'd be flipping out, but he took it pretty pretty well. So there's that. Obviously his other son didn't take a well because he wanted to kill Chris for killing his brother and lying to him for this whole time. So there's that. And then of course we see Vigilante and the other Vigilante from that Earth. They team up to try to help Adebayo, who's already been helped by Judah Master, and the four of them try to find a way back into the house because it's being surrounded by the police. And the police detective that's at the door is the same detective from the first season who got taken by the butterflies. The one who was working with him and the Asian lady from the first season. So he's back. So I thought the same actor too. So I thought that was cool to see. That was a cool little surprise. And then they're like, okay, can we come in? Blue Dragon's like, no. And then from there, things get shady as Vigilante smashes through the window, thinking that Blue Dragon's captured his friends, and he starts stabbing Blue Dragon in the neck, killing him. And that flips off the other brother. He attacks Chris, and then they all start attacking him, and then Chris goes into post-traumatic stress disorder and starts flipping out because that's what happened to his brother. His brother died right in front of him, and he starts like having a meltdown. And then the cops show up. They start fighting, but both Vigilantes, by the way, they kick butt, both of them, and then they start trying to get Chris back into the portal so they can get the heck out of there. And then Hardcore was going to stay behind just so she can kill the other brother so he doesn't come after them, but she doesn't get a chance to as the other cops show up and try to take her out, and then she goes back into her world. And then it ends with Chris surrendering himself and the portal to Frank Grillo's character. Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. He gets in the portal and he turns himself in. He's like, oh yeah, these guys came to get me, to convince me to give you guys this device. And then he sacrifices himself to his friends, and he wants to get locked up. He feels like he's toxic to everybody. So I thought that was a pretty cool. There's a moment in the episode when his brother's like on the ground, like literally maybe almost dying, and then Chris breaks down. That scene what John Cena did was awesome. So that was a really good acting scene from John Cena. I think probably the best scene of him, showing his acting skills that have really legitimately improved. I mean, I'm not saying he's in the level of The Rock or even Batista yet, but he's up there. He's getting there, and he's gonna get better as he, gets more acting stuff. So kudos to John Cena for that one scene. One scene can help change your whole world. So especially if you have an opportunity to work with someone who has, experience working with actors who are not exactly the greatest. Like look at what James Gunn has done with Batista. Batista wasn't the greatest actor when he first started, and then he did, Guardians of the Galaxy. He worked with James Gunn, and he did really well. And now he's getting more and he's getting more better as he gets along. Same thing with John Cena. John Cena's only going to improve better because he's got a great director in front of him telling him how to do this scene, and it just works. So kudos to him for that, and kudos to James Gunn as well, because the writing in this show just continues to get better. There's even a cool little not an Easter egg, but a cool cameo. Not a cool cameo, but it was like, oh, cool to see this character, because I kind of liked him in this other project, and it was the mustache guy from Superman, the one who was Lex Luthor's like computer guy, who was trying to help. If you saw Superman, he was trying to help Mr. Terrific, and Mr. Terrific was like, God damn it, I'm Mr. Terrific, I can do anything. And I kind of arguing with him like, who's smarter? So that guy shows up to trying to find the portal of where the last location where that portal was opened. So, and it turned out it ended up being in Vigilante's house. So yeah. So anyway, cool episode. I do wish my only real negative about this whole show so far, and I really wish we would have got to see Chris, Peacemaker, bond with his brother more. At least get to know him a little bit better before all this actually happened. Now the chance is kind of ruined, but who knows? Maybe he turned over a new leaf in the next, the final episode next week. Maybe if there's a season 3, maybe they could be friends and he'll come around more often. Who knows? But other than that, good episode. I'm excited to see what happens in the final. Apparently, there's going to be a big cameo Not 100% sure, but apparently there's a big cameo that really is gonna help change the DC world from there. Unless it's Darkseid, I have no idea. I might do a little of a video like who do I think is gonna show up as like the big cameo, because apparently James Gunn said there's a big cameo coming, so we have to wait and see. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Peacemaker season 2 episode 7. Did you guys watch it? Haven't watched it yet? Still haven't started the show at all, period. This is the first time you're hearing it. Whatever it is, leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good night.